All right. Hello, 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 Speed Gaming. Welcome back for those of you who have been watching with us the whole time, and welcome for those of you who are just joining us. We have Game 3 between SentientFlatbread and azder in the Super Metroid Rando tournament as part of Speed Gaming Live 2021. Once again, I'm Glove, joined by Kip. Kip,
What?
get here.
Yeah, we're back, Glove. It's a 1-to-1 match, so this is the winner take all, and the winner gets a date with me in the next round. So I'm excited. The two things that I want to start off by saying, first and foremost, big huge shout out to Jestro Zooks, who has not only been tracking this entire match. Jestro, I think, has tracked every single race that we've had in the first round so far. So
That sounds right. Yeah.
he's been killing it. I really appreciate that. Also, Jestro is the single reason that that I'm even able to do these races, because he's my CRT repairman. So big shout outs to him. Secondly, I normally don't make a point to comment on people's cameras, but I have to say this. azder, I love the shirt. That is a killer shirt.
Good shirt. Yeah. CRT repair though, wow. It's dangerous stuff.
He is, yes, he is responsible for all of my repairs in that realm. And I think he not only for me, but for some other people, he's also modded my Super Nintendos and other things. So he, I always say that behind every stream, there's several people making it happen, and he's one of the ones that makes it happen for me. But anyway, let's get into this race. Once again, this is the last race of this match. Should be exciting. We will see what's going to happen. Glove, do you think we'll have a repeat of the bottom with the portal checks, or do you think maybe they'll get forced into not being able to check it at all without a power bomb?
I'm guessing double supers.
Okay. You know what's really funny too? I think in this mode, seeing an energy tank is actually a sigh of relief sometimes. Because it can protect you if you mess up your strat against those hoppers.
Yeah, a few E-tanks early on always scares me though, because more than like any other mode, Area Rando loves to force hell runs.
That is true. Oh, all right. It's a regular missile.
Yeah, that's... I mean, obviously for a myriad of reasons you want to see supers. But especially here when they can be used to kill the big side hoppers.
I agree. I've been on record as saying I'm not a huge fan of the seeds that force some like convoluted super pickup or whatever. Okay, azder's checking the portal this time. So anytime that I don't get supers near the beginning of one of these runs, I'm just like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah, now I see people go for manips. Oh,
Ooh.
and this time azder.
Oh! They can't get in though. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Almost a repeat of last time. I've seen people go for like just morphing under these big side hoppers, and I don't know if there's a manip that I don't know or something. But sometimes I just get hit. I don't know, because side hoppers are what their RNG changes every frame, if I'm not mistaken. Like, the only reason that the Wasteland strat works is because there happen to be, I think, 7 frames in a row where the RNG is the same.
Ooh, that is true, and I hate to interrupt your point, but a secondary power bomb pack this early provides some very interesting possibilities. Glove, what would you, if you were in this position, heading up? First of all, I feel like they should check 230 just in case. I have seen seeds where 230 is a super, but then the other ones are locked for a while. But secondly, you know, with 2 power bomb packs, they can technically go straight to the ship after they do bomb Chorizo and go to a Gauntlet. So what would you do here?
I have a little mantra that I go by. ABC, always be Gauntlet. I will do Bomb Gauntlet personally. I know a lot of people hate that play. In Major Minor, I'm always going Gauntlet if I can.
I don't think that's a bad play. It's scary,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but I don't think it's bad.
I'll tell you, the scariest one is bombs and high jump.
Yes.
Like, some people will just turn high jump off for that, and they are right to do so.
Yeah, Bress, as Polar Bunny pointed out, it was the I call it the Kraid mouth door. It's the door where like you would be leaving Kraid's lair and need a super to get to the elevator. So since they did not have a super, they couldn't do anything with it. Ooh, Spacer.
Yeah. If you're gonna pick up Spacer, may as well be early game.
Hey, that's a good point. Like I pointed out last time, I really truly feel like Spacer has some pretty nice value when you're having to do Upper Norfair hell runs. I'd much rather have it.
I mean, for all the memes about it, for all the jokes, it's 6.7 seconds. Just pick the dang item up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, we got quite a race going on right here. There we go. Is that gonna reach? Okay.
Wow.
Very nice. It looked pretty close.
Yeah, there are a couple different ways you can do Gauntlet. I don't actually like the entrance to it. I don't know what's optimal. I like to actually lay the power bomb in such a way that I bounce back up to land there.
Oh yeah, that's a real smart way of doing it. You know what? Now that you mention it, I used to have a setup for that like sometime long ago, and I completely forgot, and I just have not done that in a long time. I should practice that again.
There's so many things to practice with Randomizer. So many setups for tricks and whatnot.
There are. Obviously, a reserve tank is never what you're rooting for, but at the same time, it is very possible that is a required, like, biologic tank. I've seen many seeds where it wants you to go to Gauntlet to get an extra either tank or reserve, and then it'll like lock you into like an early hell run. So even though it kind of seems at first like, oh, that's kind of a crappy item, it could be that this was still the right play.
And I'll tell you what, despite the Gauntlet's real hidden benefit here does not pay out. It just has the vanilla 2 missile packs. Because that's like, in this case for me, maybe the bigger reason to want to go to Gauntlet is you get 2 additional chances to find a super.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and now both of our runners can pretty comfy or cozily do the ice hell run.
It really just depends on the portals here. Like, if it wants to be nice, it'll give like a green Brinstar, red Brinstar. If it wants to be mean, it'll start putting them in Upper Norfair. Like this is an example where they're only going to have access to 3 portals. The one at the bottom, which they can't get into. So whatever this next portal is, they have to progress. Because there's literally no other place, I think, other than Billy Mays where they can get a super. So yeah, what I said earlier, I think that's what this is. I think this is being forced onto them.
I'll tell you what, there's not even that much you can do here without a super, though. This is interesting.
Well, you know what I think it wants you to do? I think it, and again, I'm not saying I'm 100% right about this, but it might be wanting you to immediately go to like the Croc portal. Oh, there's a super right there. All right. So yeah, that reserve tank up there was actually technically by logic required.
Do 3 tanks put this in logic?
Well, the funny thing is, Glove, is I think I want to say that I'm sorry, it gets complicated, and I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I have trouble understanding how the Varia website is like communicating information. But I think that it's 3 tanks to get from the portal to Bubble Mountain, but I think it's technically 4 tanks to get to Speed Booster. You can make it on 3, like azder can make it here, but I don't think it's required yet. Someone in the chat though can correct me if I'm wrong about that.
Okay, I'm seeing 2 tanks to get to Bubble Mountain from that portal.
Okay, but that's different than getting the items, right? It's like a different number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so the only item that would have been in logic there, I guess, would have been where those supers were.
So it still might be that what I said earlier about like right now azder's technically breaking the logic. Like this can be done, but he's technically breaking the logic here. I would recommend not picking up the miner here. Again, it can be done, but you have to be very careful. Good. I think azder's very aware of that. But I think what the game is trying to get you to do is go straight to this croc portal right here. I'd be shocked if this wasn't some kind of progress. Are you kidding me? So wait, that means that it might be wanting you to go to the lava dive one. That's crazy.
Wow.
Or, you know what's even crazier, Glove? Are you ready for this one?
Let's hear it.
What it might be trying to force you to do, and again, azder's breaking the logic right now, it might want you to go back to criteria and then go over to the crab and moat doors. Like, literally come here to get supers only and then turn around. Good God.
I'll tell you, there's also a situation, not entirely out of the realm of feasibility, where our runners leave the right part of Upper North Fair and have to go back down in criteria to get to like ice and high jump.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Because I'm not sure even Taz can do it, because Taz can pause abuse, but ignoring pause abuse, I'm not sure even with 100% perfect movement, you can go back to Business Center on 2+1.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, nice deboost there from azder to get over to this North Fair Reserve. That deboost was my bane in one of the qualifiers.
Oh, I think I was on comms for that, yeah.
Yeah. I actually went back afterwards and I learned a setup that my teammate from the Rando League bonus actually used, where you just stay still and all you do is jump and then deboost. You don't move forward or anything.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Flatbread should be fine.
He disagrees, I guess.
I was gonna say I don't think stopping at all to shoot that miner is a good idea on 3 tanks. But it can be done. So at least he knows where charge is, though.
I think he still could have made that if he just paused to fill reserves.
He could have, but then again, you know, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
The funny thing here is I kind of feel like if you're going to spend, and I mean this relative to any player, if you're going to spend all this time farming and stuff to do these runs, like, there's something to be said for just saying, okay, I'm not going to do these, like right now. I'm just going to go, because technically this is all out of logic. But the flip side is if you can pull it off like azder has. What?
I guess he felt that wasn't enough.
I guess it's in logic. Man, we're setting a world record for most resets in a short span. I think that's our 4th reset.
Yeah, wow.
In the last like 3 minutes.
I think, well,
look, let me put it to you this way.
Was the reserve full there, or?
You can make that hell run. You can make it from bubble to wave on 3 tanks. You just have to. It's very, very tight. It's not in logic. I practiced it for the league this past season, and I had one race where I had to do it, but it can be done. It's just very, very tight. That or I'm misremembering and talking a bunch of smack, and it's actually 4, but I think it can be done. I understand though why somebody wouldn't want to attempt it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because like space jump is really at its best here, where you have no other movement items.
Exactly.
Like as soon as you get high jump boots, well, space jump's a little bit like bad high jump.
So, Asher, which portal did he go to? The lava dive portal and make it to Red Brindstar?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like Flatbread is going to do the opposite and head to the right side here. There's Wave Beam.
Which red tower was that? The middle red tower portal?
Yeah, the one above X-ray.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, if you have that space jump, X-ray's pretty nice to get.
Yeah, that's a good point. This is interesting that Aster has charge, but knows where space jump is, but doesn't have it. Flatbread knows where charge is, but doesn't have it, but doesn't know where space jump is. This is a really, really, really interesting beginning.
Yeah. I wonder. I don't want to get too much into what ifs, but I wonder in that situation where Aster sees space jump, if he had wave, would he have tried to get out? Because then you can space jump and wave that door.
Right, for sure. Oh boy, Kraid's lair.
Yeah. Could be absolutely nothing, could be our progression.
Aster has managed to find wrecked ship. So yeah, if this is more of a play for information, but let's imagine for a minute that this is like Fantoon at Kraid. And then let's imagine that, like, I don't know, Dragon is at wreck ship or something. Then this could be huge. Nope, it's Ridley, so it's a blank.
Yeah.
Is this going to be one of those Torian at Moat situations?
Which one was criteria? Was that the crabs?
Kraid's lair was the crab, yeah.
Alright, Kraid's lair, yeah, that's what I meant. So Oster doesn't know, but he has a 2/3 chance of being able to kill this boss.
This is Fantoon. Oh, it's Kraid.
Now that's terribly interesting with what we know from SentientFlatbread.
It is. Is Flatbread about to do a CWJ here?
Yeah.
I hope he gets it fast because it's easy to get stuck here. There we go. All right. I feel like this is going to be Torian. No, it's not. Oh, that's not even that interesting. Screw attack.
Oh, wow.
That's actually helpful, even though it's not progression. Oh, that's interesting. I don't typically see people check this minor item this early, but
yeah. It's
another power bomb.
This is kind of weird because Flatbread knows where charge is.
Yeah. The funny thing is I mean, it's unlikely to be the case, but sometimes these seeds can be really stingy with power bombs, and having 15 can be a really nice, helpful thing. Oh, here's Green Bryn.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, I mean, not that he will do it, but Flatbread can kill Dragon and escape her chamber now.
Oh, yeah, that's technically true. Not by logic, but yeah, I totally get it.
Oh, that was his 4th power bomb pack, so he could before.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if
I wouldn't recommend that, though. It's really hard to set that up and then still have to ammo kill like that, suitless.
yeah, I mean, if you had the stuff to like say X-ray, or well, X-ray even that's annoying because if you want to microwave Dragon, then you have to convert your spike suit to a blue suit anyway, because X-ray overwrites spike suit.
Look what azder found at Tube.
Interesting.
So he's gonna have access to 2 majors down here.
Yeah. Which one was wrecked ship? Was that the top right or the bottom right in Red Bryn?
I think it was near the bottom because I don't think azder's been to the top yet.
Or sorry, yeah, I meant of the bottom right. Was it the one leading into Meridia or the one leading into Crate? Okay, top right.
Yeah. Oh, vanilla high jump boots.
Wow. That's a really big find.
Double super missile as well. This is an excellent high jump location. Double super and high jump boots. You love to see it.
Yeah. And notable with the change of in high jump, changing the top from a bomb block to a shot block. It's almost always worth it to just go the top route and collect that item.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like already going the bottom route in the high jump room saves less than an item fanfare.
Sorry, I thought you meant like. Have you seen, like, I saw Gallimaz do this several times during the league this year. Have you seen people like go in and then jump up and get the top one first?
Yeah, you can do that because it's a shot block.
Yeah, so is that what you mean?
Yeah, because that one's
okay.
well, no, you don't have to do that strat, but like, just shooting it is faster than bombing it.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, at first I thought you meant that doing that jump up there was like faster. I was like, oh, that's neat. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, it's. I think it's definitely worth getting.
Yeah, I don't think it's faster to do it that way.
All right, what are we gonna have at ice? What's your prediction, Glove?
Reserve.
I'm gonna go with bombs. No, we're always rooting for something exotic, and it's mostly an E-tank.
About half the items are.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm sure azder does not even mind seeing an E-tank here that much.
No, that's a good point. You know, it's really interesting because if someone just came in and didn't know what was going on and they looked at the trackers, they would think that azder's like way ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he's not. It's just that right now it's not exactly clear because they're just doing different things, you know? And I'm under the assumption that Flatbread will get those items too, just out of a different sequence.
Yeah, it's like it's a concept that maybe comes up more often in something like SMZ3, but you know, a lot of the times, especially in SMZ3, you'll find one of the runners get a really huge item at a location the other likely won't check for a while. But it's like, if that item doesn't become relevant before the other one checks it,
exactly,
that's time neutral.
That is exactly a great point.
Now, something like high jump boots is different because that's going to impact the runner's movements the whole time.
For sure. That's part of the reason why I've always said that the movement items are far more powerful than the beams. Just because if I'm not saying this happens in every case, but more often than not, the runner that has certain movement items longer than the other one will have some kind of advantage. So gotta assume that azder is going to find Kraid's Lair over here. I am really curious to see if the Kraid tank location ends up being something significant. I will tell you this, of all the seeds that I have played, the Kraid energy tank, like the warehouse or the frog pocket or whatever room name people want to use. I've only seen it like be a legitimate factor like once or twice. So it's not very frequent. Even in trolley seeds, it doesn't typically happen that I've seen. But it'd be really interesting if it happened here.
It would definitely be a bit of an anticlimactic way for this to go down if that's just like Varia or something.
Yeah, because you would have to assume it would be a big advantage to azder. Well, there's bombs.
Bombs that provides you a non-zero advantage.
I agree. I actually am a big fan of bombs, but it's not
it's not game breaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was I was too focused on azder there. What was the bottom right portal in Green Bryn?
He checked it earlier. Was it some kind of Meridia portal maybe? I'm sure chat will know. Yeah.
Top was East Meridia. Unless they're both East Meridia. Which would really be something. Oh, I guess, yeah, so I guess both. Wait, no, that's not possible. East Meridia is in Criteria. Unless I marked something wrong.
It's okay. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's all good. So I'll give a quick tip to all you would-be commentators out there. If anybody's nervous about doing comms because you feel like area is scary to do, if you get confused about where the portals are, which I do every single time, just start talking about where they currently are. Just talk about what's happening in front of you and don't even worry about where the portals are. Nobody will know anyway.
Yeah, now, I wonder.
I'm sorry. What was this again? This portal moat?
This is top of Red Tower.
That's right. And then the Meridia exit that's right there is Green Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or no, Green Bryn is Red Tower. Anyway, yeah, interesting here. azder does have HBJ available to him.
Oh, that's true.
Which I don't know if I could do it with the modified bomb look. Personally, a lot of runners find HBJ to be more consistent. I think especially the more you practice CWJ and HBJ, I think over time HBJ overtakes CWJ in consistency.
Agreed. You just have bigger frame windows, I guess. The issue though is that the overall number of inputs is way more complex. Like I've said this before and I'm not kidding. You could literally hand a controller to someone who's never played Super Metroid, and if you gave them enough attempts, they could get a CWJ. And what I mean by that is, even though the input frames are very tight, like they would just eventually get lucky and get it. You know what I mean? Horizontal bomb jump, if you handed it to someone who'd never played the controller and just told them to figure it out, it would probably take forever.
Yeah, I mean, I referenced like 3 different tutorials before I understood the trick.
Right, yeah, exactly. Ooh. Flatbread's happy to see that. All right, and azder has found his way into the big pink location. He's going to start his collection. He's not going to find anything, though. If I recall, Glove, there wasn't a single item other than tanks over here, right? And X-ray. Right. I think X-ray was here at Wavegate, but other than that, I think everything else was a tank.
Yeah. I mean, azder just has Flatbread's item set plus others, so yeah.
Right. But he's 2/3 the way to microwave.
Yeah, that's always cool to see early.
So it looks like now, and I agree with this play for what it's worth. It looks like now that, you know, Flatbread is going to go back and finish these hell runs that he was working on earlier, and he, you know, it's still going to take some time, but he's got more energy and leeway, and so he should be the first one to get space jump. I wonder how long it'll be. Ooh, that's not good to run into that creature, by the way. That's the worst thing you can possibly hit in that room.
That's why I guess it's technically the safer play. I don't like CFing here. I would personally rather just use a power bomb to farm around to the Sobas down below. Like now, well, I mean, I guess
I'd be wave first, because you have plenty of energy you can get back, and then you can farm for the speed anyway.
Yeah. Again, a lot of stuff with these micro decisions, players won't necessarily be perfect. Because unlike something like Major Minor, Standard Major Minor, no area rando, these settings do actually have a macro to think about.
For sure. And in his defense, what he might be thinking of is, okay, I'm going to do this first, and then after I get wave, I'm going to immediately like do the single chamber hell run or whatever. But I just like it the other way because it's safer. You get to farm up an additional time before you do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these red bugs here are like a 4% power bomb drop chance, but Flatbread's probably not going to get enough to CF.
No, it'd be very unlikely. They're being kind of stingy with their drops right now anyway.
Yeah.
He's not farming very quickly, and it's not his fault. He can't do anything about it.
Yeah. At this point, Flatbread has enough health to make a few mistakes and still be okay.
Yeah, the only problem here, though, is, and some of y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I actually do not like making this jump with high jump boots only.
I completely understand that.
High jump boots without speed booster makes this, like, he's not going to make it. Okay, he jumped there to get hit by that guy. It's a lot harder to make that jump than people realize when they first try it. I'd rather have no high jump boots or high jump boots plus speed, because that's what you would have in like a normal any % run there. But yeah, he should be able to get out of here pretty quickly with space jump and wave.
Yeah. You see the same thing happen in bowling too. Like, it's really difficult to get through bowling with high jump and no speed only taking 2 hits.
I agree. And this exact situation is why I mentioned earlier that I like farming or doing speed second, because he would have been able to farm up to make that run. But actually, now that I think about it, do we even know what that portal is, Glove?
Yeah.
The single chamber one?
Yeah, single chamber leads back to criteria.
Oh, I'm an idiot then. Yeah. Once again, Flatbread does the correct thing. I completely forgot that we'd already seen that.
Yeah. This... So Oster is effectively forced into taking this route to get to Mama Turtle. These pirates will chew you up and eat you for breakfast.
They sure will. Oh no.
Yeah, don't.
Don't do that. Although this is way safer with wave. Like, way safer.
Yeah.
Plus, we know that he's going to continue to indirect ship right here.
This is Red Tower.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Red,
never mind.
Wreck ship is at the bottom of Red Tower.
Oh, but I just realized, what was it, Mama Turtle right there?
E-tank.
An E-tank only. This is pretty big for Flatbread. If he can pop a progression item right here, then that's going to give him a pretty substantial lead.
There's not much else that it could be, actually. Well,
Hey, that still technically could be progression. Oh, look at Astra found Croc.
that was one of the West Meridias.
Yeah, he did it suitless, but if oh my gosh, this could be epically huge for Astra if a good item is here, like a gravity's here or something.
Yeah, it could also be. I'll tell you what, if Flatbread goes down the same path though, with that spring ball, it's possible he finds something at Croc that azder can't keep.
Oh my god, dude, this seed just got crazy.
Yeah, I don't think azder necessarily knows if he has a way out.
Oh, does Astra not have a way out of here? Which portal was the Croc one?
I think it was bottom left West Meridia.
Main Street?
Yeah.
So do we know
Well,
what
now
map?
we know, or no, we know he has a way out.
Okay.
I just didn't have that bottom red portal marked. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, he already knew that. I just forgot to mark that.
Yeah, I was gonna say he needs map station to be like not lower Norfair or something like that. But technically speaking, he could still get trapped in here. Wouldn't it be wild if this was ice? Like, I think ice is the only item left in here that will. Well, no, grapple would get him out too. This has to be ice or grapple, and if not, he's banking on map.
He's fine. We just saw that map leads to Red Tower.
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was getting really nervous there for a second.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Yeah, so azder already knew that.
Okay.
I just forgot to mark that.
Gotcha. And I didn't see it. So Glove, if you're in Asher's position, you just popped a really big item in a place where it's very possible that your opponent has not gone to yet. Do you immediately go to Waterway?
There's not really a comfy way for him to get back to Waterway. He would have to go up all of Red Tower to get back to Green Bryn. But yeah, I'm not sure speed unlocks anything else for him. In fact, I'm not sure what else even is available to be unlocked. Because we've seen all of Green Bryn, we've seen the Red Bryn items, we've seen all the Upper Norfair items.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of confused at this point.
I think the play might have to be Waterway.
Well, have we seen Aqueduct yet?
The location, yeah.
Because if we've seen it, then right now, technically, it's still on the table with Spring Ball.
We need ice to get through Botswoon.
Oh yeah, never mind. What am I talking about?
I mean, okay, we don't need ice to get through Botswoon, but logically we do.
Right.
And I'll tell you,
that's why it's so confusing.
There are not many people who will go for a suitless CF clip. I'll tell you, I have put in multiple hours to try and get my suitless CF clip consistent. I have not gotten there.
I've never even attempted it, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, regular CF clip, I think, is something that is great for any runner who wants to improve their rando game. But suitless CF clip's a beast unto its own.
Oh, that's this portal. Do we know what this portal is yet? The back of Wreck Ship?
No, that's true. This is in logic with the high jump boots.
But like, what could it even be to lead to anything?
I think it's either Turian, Lower Norfair, or West Meridia.
Okay, so this
we
is
know the location of everything.
Yeah, I gotta assume Azder's in a pretty decent lead right now,
Yeah.
because yeah, him finding Speed Booster and kind of doing that early. I don't. It's not. I wouldn't call it a gamble, but it wasn't a forced uh, routing situation at that juncture yet. But the fact that he went there earlier and found Speed Booster faster than Flatbread, I gotta assume that puts him in the lead. At this point, this has gotten so kind of convoluted that I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Oster, I'm, okay, that's Lower Norfair exit. That's kind of interesting. If nothing else, it shows us that we're almost 100% seeing Lower Norfair entered as intended.
Right.
Because
Yep.
you're not going Forgotten Highway to backdoor LN. Especially not in a seed where you have Screw Attack. Shout outs to Spring Ball.
Yeah, that's a great strat. All right, so what do we got? What's it gonna be?
Yeah, I think this has to be a seed. Yeah,
Boom.
I think it literally had to be Gravity. I don't know if there's, or it could have been Ice. That could have been.
Azder, yeah. Azder just took a very commanding lead.
Yeah.
And nice gravity coloration, by the way.
Mm-mm.
Now, there's still some complexity as to what, where Varia could be. And on top of that, Flatbread does have the advantage of space jump that I assume Aster will likely not return for.
Yeah, I think at the point where you have speed and high jump, you're not too concerned about space jump.
So yeah, I gotta think that Astra has taken a pretty strong lead here.
So we know the answer is in East Meridia, which is where Usher's headed right now. Because, Mama Turtle's already been checked. So either Botswoon has the answer, Sandpit has the answer, or the boss has the answer.
All right, let's see what we got.
This is an interesting save from Flatbread. I guess he's about to do the same play that Oster did, going down to Croc. So, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty commanding lead for Oster.
Oh yeah.
There's just not many. I think there's literally 3 places that Varia can be.
Well, it can still be in wrecked ship, right?
That's true, yeah.
So the only way, well, I wouldn't say only way, but if you're looking for ways to get Flatbread back into the race, like legitimately being competitive, you would what you would want to see, again, he doesn't know this, but what you would want to see is Fantoon be here in East Meridia,
Yeah.
and then for there to be technically choices for where Varia could be. Like Varia could be at Spring Ball, and then maybe Azure chooses not to go there until later, and then Flatbread goes early or something. But right now, if it's in a more regular place, it's going to be really hard for Flatbread to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you what isn't gonna bring Flatbread back into this race is killing Sephi Fish tragically. His life ended too soon. But yeah, at this point, I'm inclined to think like, I think you put it a good way. There are technically choices
Right.
that are going to be possible, just not many.
Exactly. I think that was a tank. Oh, he bonked the door. You hate to see it.
Yeah. Oh no, he doesn't have space jump. That's right.
Yeah,
I was about to say not a big deal, but yeah.
the time loss is still minimal in the grand scheme of things.
Mhm.
I don't say this lightly because I know everybody, I don't want anybody to kind of feel like I'm going too extreme here, but you and I have been talking about this for a while. Your micro always matters,
Mhm.
but in this mode, I really believe it matters less. The types of mistakes you can make routing wise can sometimes end up being so gargantuan that like losing a few seconds here or there in rooms is like completely trivial in terms of the consequence of the race, the outcome of the race. So, adding a 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds in a room where you could have been faster, that's usually not going to be the difference in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got Fantoon.
And Flatbread does not cosmic brain his way skipping grapple check. I don't know if there's many runners who would, given you need both suits. Oh, that was a nice doppler there. Fantoon should be dead to pretty much anything now.
Yeah, I always wait until he's nice and blue and purple before I kill him.
Yeah, normally I'm like, it's kind of hard to tell on restream because everybody has like different saturations. They use
Right.
different streaming setups. But when you're gonna randomize the boss colors, that's one thing. Back when I first started, I was more comfortable like doing like colors randomization and different sprites and whatnot. But even then, I never randomized boss colors.
Yeah. Ditto. In fact, when I do changes to my suit, I never change anything but the suit. Like everything's vanilla, just because I want the same, information that I'm used to looking at.
Yeah, same. I will use my recolor, but that's it.
Okay, so they can't get to or azder at the moment. He can't get to plasma. He also cannot get to spring ball. But you know what I just realized? Technically, even if this is like a super troll linear seed, that's still to azder's advantage. Like, let's imagine that this is a forced ice beam at wreck ship reserve, which is your entry to spring ball to get varia. You know what I mean? If it's one of those seeds, technically that's actually good for azder because it is forcing the runners into that and there's no way around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the only way that you win in that situation would be like if SentientFlatbread makes, and I don't say this phrase lightly, but an incorrect play in trying to huge brain something.
Right. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like if you find right super grapple and run straight to Shack Tool, don't do that. But it's technically possible that that could work to his benefit here. Yeah, okay, so Azder takes this portal to Green Brinstar elevator, then takes Green Hill Zone to top of Red Tower, and Wreck Ship is at the bottom. And if Varia is there at Wreck Ship, we actually have a very nice path where we actually do take Forgotten Highway straight to LN exit.
You know what's crazy? Like I knew azder was ahead, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it was this far ahead. But now that I'm kind of like processing exactly where Flatbread
Yeah.
is and what all he has left to do, like azder is way ahead.
Yeah, I literally don't think there's a configuration of items that would, like, I think Azder could full clear the rest of the majors maybe even before Flatbread could get on the right path.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that it's like this severe. Like I knew he was ahead, but I didn't think it was this wide.
I think, yeah, I think it's just like the routing that Azder had dovetailed very nicely into that speed discovery.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which, yeah, is it lucky that it happened that way? Yes, but azder is very good at getting very lucky and putting himself in a position that makes him lucky as much as possible.
Yeah, I like the saying. One of my high school teachers used to say this, and I sort of inherently understood it even at the time, but it makes even way more sense to me now. The better you are, the luckier you get. So that would be true in Asher's case, and
Yeah.
when it comes to rando.
Yeah, that's killing the Seppi fish again. Come on, pizza or sentient flatbread. Yeah, I think that phrase is attributed to Thomas Edison, but might have been stolen like everything else.
Yeah, I have no idea who originated it, but it does make sense actually.
Yeah, I mean, all of that, like, you see, like, maybe the most obvious example ever is something like poker.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, you can get super lucky in poker, you know. Very famously, there was that one game where the guy went all in without ever looking at his cards every single hand and won because of it.
Right. You know what's funny? You would actually, and I'm not even kidding here, if the other player was way better than you in poker and you were playing heads up, it would actually probably be to your benefit to play that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're just completely, like, even though they can look at theirs and decide mathematically if it's a good call to go all in, you're still probably higher likelihood of winning there than you would them outplaying you the whole time. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time. Okay, so azder is now returning to wreck ship.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some kind of big brain sentient flatbread like Lower Norfair Hell run that he could do to get back in this? Maybe.
I don't think so, because he still has to do everything that Ezra's already done as well. Like,
I'm just trying to think of, like, if you knew the situation was, is there like a game theory optimal way of giving you the best possible chance to get back in it? There's that ice beam.
yeah, I don't think so, especially because in this specific case, the LN entrance you want for hell runs is at wrecked ship where Azder already is. Like, Azder pretty much, assuming Varia is here, already has the nicest path.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, sorry, Nick. I don't have a. I can't be anybody other than myself. I feel like every time I'm on comms, I'm in like teacher mode. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
I can't come up with a strategy here.
yeah, unfortunately, like, I don't think Sentient Flatbread has outs here.
Yeah.
Like, I think his best line at this point is, Azder takes a death.
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't know that.
See, that's part of the reason why I'm asking the question about, like, would it just be better for him to just kill this boss, leave, and not go to wreck ship and just try to hell run? The thing about it is he knows for sure Ridley's not in Lower Norfair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think, like, even if he's hell running, though, he still goes to wrecked ship, because wrecked ship is back of LN, which is the way you'd want to do it. Otherwise,
Yeah, but I'm just saying he wouldn't have to check all the items. Like, I'm just trying to come up with some kind of scenario where he gains time back somehow.
yeah, I think he could potentially gain time back doing that, but not enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh, almost had the one round.
Yeah, of course, this is still assuming perfect information, which Flatbread has very little information.
It's a good point.
to get back to the poker metaphor from earlier, the Super Metroid in any blind race like this is less poker and more blackjack. If both the cards were face down.
All right, well now I'm gonna take that as a personal challenge. Are we just gonna try to get in as many metaphors for like all casino? All right, so somehow we got to do a roulette reference and slot machine. Come on, chat, help us out. Let's get some more gambling references in here.
I became old enough to enter a casino during the pandemic, so I can't say I've been in one.
Well, you're not missing too much. All right, what do we got here? What's it gonna be?
Oh, I'll tell you what could have been the literally 1 giga brain play is CF clip to Shaq. That doesn't even work though, because here's Varia.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's going to be the GG probably.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I forgot that you could even crystal flash to Botswin. See, these are the kinds of things that put me at a disadvantage since I don't play like SMZ3 and other stuff where like that would be more useful.
I think the Botswoon Crystal Flash is extremely useful in Super Metroid Rando, and the Shaq Crystal Flash clip, which is technically the same Crystal Flash clip with a big asterisk there.
Wait, did I say Botswin or Shaq?
Yeah, you said Botswoon.
I meant Shaq. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Botswin one makes sense. The Shaq one is a little.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever. I think I've seen one person do it maybe one time.
Yeah, it's the same mechanically, and the visual cue that I use for the bomb method is the same. I could actually make my visual cue for the suitless Crystal Flash clip work, but other ones wouldn't.
Yeah, I think that might be too cosmic brain for me.
Yeah.
I'm
Also, I don't think anyone does that in SMZ3 either.
Oh yeah, after I said that, I was like, Kip, that sounded kind of dumb, actually. SMZ3, where you'd be even less, even less incentivized to go to Shaq Tool. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I've seen people do the regular CF clip to Shaq, like MM2. Didn't work out for him though.
Oh. So at this point, let's see. We know Ridley is at Kraid's lair. And we know that, I guess, Dragon is in Lower Norfair. And I can't remember. What's the Torian portal in this one?
West Meridia. I don't think either of the runners have actually seen it.
Oh, for some reason I thought SentientFlatbread saw it earlier, but maybe I'm thinking of the last race.
Maybe he did, but it's
Is it pre-aqueduct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's Crab Shaft. Having Crab Shaft and Crab Hole both be portals is not ideal. Alright, azder has to supplement with a fair few shots here. Charge Wave Spazer. Is Wave Spazer the bad math beam? I always forget which one it is.
I think everything's bad except for Full Beam and Ice Wave Spazer. Beyond that, it starts getting weird for me.
It's the bad math one though, because it does like an amount of damage that is not divisible by 3 or by 100.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, azder cleaned it up with no issue.
Oh wait, yeah, azder has ice. Those are regular shots.
Oh, he does. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with this Collier's randomization.
I also forgot that he picked up ice, like in Wreck Ship or whatever. Like I literally made comment on it and then forgot about it within 2 minutes. Did Azder just accidentally shoot and clip through that last pirate?
I think so.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. I wonder if that's that might be like frame perfect.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
very tight.
Yeah, there's the one where like if you like frame perfectly shoot while using a power bomb or something, the door doesn't open or something.
Right. I think also too it's analogous to, have you ever run through Dust Terizo's room and shot at the wrong time and the beam didn't get the right speed and then you couldn't jump through the door?
Oh yeah.
I think that's frame perfect too. Anyway, probably similar. Yeah, that was a very nice Ridley fight that time by SentientFlatbread.
Mhm. Which I think should give Flatbread a cleaner path. Maybe. Yeah, because now he's gonna go straight through wrecked ship and into LN. But
Oh yeah.
it's, I mean, unfortunately at this point, pretty much nothing he does is enough.
Right. Yeah, if I'm Azure here, especially after seeing the rest of how the items were laid out, I would actually be feeling pretty solid about my chances.
Yeah.
I think he realized pretty quickly after Gravity was at Waterway that what he had done was a very effective approach to the seed.
Is he? So I guess he doesn't know all the portals yet. Either
Yeah,
that or I messed something up on the tracker, which is also possible.
this is Torian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That.
Wait, did he just reset?
Far back is this?
What save is this? Why did he reset?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he just saved. Okay, never mind.
He. So something happened where he clearly was not happy about that result.
Yeah, and I was just kind of surprised that he reset that so quickly. But based on what they said in the chat, it must not have been a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Just his reaction was just a bit interesting because.
Yeah, it might have just been,
Oh God!
he was thinking.
I'll tell you what. He knew there were exactly 2 pairs left. And now he knows that back of Lower Norfair is at Forgotten Highway where he just was.
Oh, okay.
So he basically it took a 50-50 gamble, and the correct one too. That back of wreck ship was Turian.
Yeah.
Generally, if you are making a bet, like a 50-50, all other things equal, you want to make the bet that things are better for you.
Right.
Sort of the prisoner's dilemma thing, where if you bet that things are better for you, it generally works out better for you either way.
No, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Plus, I don't know if everybody else has the same experience. Every person experiences these things in a different way, but it's really funny to me, like when I go back sometimes and look at my performance on some of these types of seeds, a situation will come up that feels like it makes me feel bad, like, oh, this is not good. When in reality, not only is it like potentially neutral. It might actually be good for me. It just doesn't feel that way. And so something bad or something I think is bad will happen. In reality, it's good for me. But then I end up worrying about it and thinking that I'm somehow now giving up time when I'm not really. So it's hard to know.
I'll tell you what though, I do love this sync, even though it's a little bit deceptive. Honestly, not even as much because of the health, more because of the fact that azder has ice.
Right. And it's kind of ironic that we're in a somewhat similar situation as to the last race.
Yeah.
Or the first race, pardon me.
That. Wow, in a a rare and strange turn of events, that E-Tank was maybe better for azder than it was for Flatbread.
Right. Yeah, I was even going to say I would have actually waited on that one in Flatbread's situation, but actually, now that I think about it, it's probably not the best idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, so at this point, azder's lead isn't insurmountable, but he has so many things going for him.
Yes, and his exit should be faster as well. Like, his lower north air should be a good bit faster.
Yeah, especially since he can reverse acid dive. I'm pretty sure with this health, you can't without Varia.
Yeah, I tried it, and it cost me the #1 seed in the in the tournament. So I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. If you exit Norfair the intended way, you get #1 seed.
There you go. It's a long story. I won't put you through it, but no, if I hadn't tried it, I don't even know why I thought that I should. It was really one of those moments where I was just like, what am I thinking? Holy cow.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I don't even know if reverse acid dive is faster here.
Yeah, it might not be.
Oh, did you see that clean Dre though? Wow.
That was a Dre worthy of an any percent PB.
Yeah, for real.
Well, Cannibert, first of all, I don't like to make any assumptions until, it's completely over. You're gonna think I'm memeing. I'm not. I'm being actually serious. We have seen wild things happen before. Accidental mess ups on stand-up glitch. We've seen literally someone lost power one time near the end of a run, cost him a race. So I don't assume anything. With that said, though, if azder does hold this and ends up being my opponent in the next round, I will be very, very excited about it. He's one of my favorite people to race against, even though he does have a much better record against me. He's actually one of the only people that's got a significant winning record over me of anybody that I've raced in anything in Super Metroid. But I'm a big fan of his rando play, and I like to race the best players. So, with that said, though, I'm telling y'all, after watching SentientFlatbread get through these seeds as well, I would have been just as pumped to race him because I again, like you mentioned earlier, Glove, maybe not someone that's on everybody's radar immediately, but very, very skilled in this mode. He's been killing it.
Absolutely. Wonder if there are any clever places you could use the Dragon Spike suit here. The most obvious is just getting your way across Farm Room.
Right. Nah, probably not really worth it.
Yeah. Did Flatbread skip the item check?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay, he did skip it. Yeah, so azder's taking took that reverse acid dive I mentioned. I'm not actually sure this is faster. Cause like, so you go the other way. You do have to go through Forgotten Highway, but then wrecked ship entrance puts you right next to Meridian map room, and Turian is like Aqueduct. Before
Yeah,
Speed Cafe.
I don't know.
It's hard to route these.
It is.
So like a decent path is good enough.
Did Flatbread get out of position? Okay. That looked a little wonky for a second there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there is nothing worse feeling than losing LN hell runs to like something goes a little wonky with your CF.
Hey, listen, speaking of which, shout outs to last year's SGLIVE Randomizer finals between Aussie and azder. I don't know if everybody remembers this. Aussie had one of the most epic things I've ever seen in my entire, like in any randomizer race. He was doing a Lower North Fair Hell run. It was a dash seed, so it was like a little more manageable. But anyway, both he and azder, I think, in that seed did. And he got knocked out of position while he was trying to do his Crystal Flash, and somehow managed to get back into the exact right frame or whatever, pixel or whatever it is. He got right back on the exact location, and it still triggered. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if there's somebody who's gonna do that, it's gonna be number 3 RBO runner Aussie.
Right. Yeah, that was. I think I was on comms with Sloters on that one, and we were both just like flabbergasted. That was epic. Anyway, what's interesting here too, though, is I really like how we've had 3 seeds in a row where, or especially the last. Well, no, all 3 seeds. Technically speaking, the runners did like really different things, but would still be able to complete the seed, like completely different things.
Yeah, funny how similar seeds 1 and 3 were at the end. With our runners syncing up, but azder having a significant advantage. Clean Metroid 1. That was really good.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. What is this pink lemonade acid situation? Oh, it's different in this. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, some of the colors interact weirdly with other tiles.
You know, I just realized if someone heard me say that out of context, they'd probably think I was talking about something not family friendly. Anyway, I was just talking about the color of the acid in Torian, ladies and gentlemen. There we go.
This is interesting. azder started damaging down, but he has everything to do a standard new route baby skip here. Nice.
It's a pretty cool color on the baby too.
I'll tell you what, every time now since yesterday I watch somebody else do the baby skip, I get so terrified.
Yeah, that was an epic race, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll tell you, my main mistake was asking after the match where we were entering that baby room, because I didn't feel bad about it till then.
Hey, it should make you feel more proud.
Yeah.
Aussie's not an easy one to keep up with.
Yeah, really cool blockbuster, by the way.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that's the second time maybe that he'd done that this race, or maybe azder got one earlier.
I've heard some people also start referring to the supering all the blocks, entering Crade Blockbuster,
Right.
which I feel like we probably shouldn't have the same name for different strats.
Well, you know, one of the ways to get around that is some people started calling the blockbuster speedball Hollywood Video. I can't remember who came up with that, but maybe it was Hero or somebody. But anyway, it was really funny.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had a Blockbuster near me growing up, but we did have Hollywood Video. This fight should be just about done.
Mother Brain has been a different color, like a drastically different color, like every run. She's got her gravity suit on right now.
Yeah, it's hard to get really good settings for colors randomization, because it's like if you just do the whole color pie, you end up with a lot of like gross vomit color stuff.
Oh yeah.
So shout outs to a Space Jumpless stand up. Yeah, really awesome. Like, shout outs to SentientFlatbread for, we were here talking about how much we didn't realize how far behind he is, and he made up that difference.
Yeah, that Lower Norfair Hill run made up a good portion. I'd say he's probably about, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes behind or so.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, really good race. I mean, it's very rare in settings like this to have races that come down to seconds.
No, that's true.
One of the runners is winning by minutes.
Yep, it happens more frequently, that's for sure.
Like, I mean, yeah, Area Boss Rando has given me more, wait, how did they already finish? Moments than like any other settings.
All right, Nash, you're going to wrap up a Mother Brain 3 fight here and get ready for what should be pretty cozy escape, all things considered. Anytime you have high jump boots and speed booster for the escape, that's a feels good, man.
Yeah. Does have Springbok, could do the blue bomber. It would actually lose him time because he wouldn't get the iframes.
Oh, right. SentientFlatbread.
No, attack. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, SentientFlatbread is just going to use ammo here, which I think is a perfectly fine call. Would have been a little faster to do the speed Zeb skip, not only in terms of the skip itself, but also to save some of that ammo to supplement for his fairly weak beam combination in the grand scheme of things. But still, I don't blame him for making that call.
Yeah, I'm sure last game's weighing on his mind.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, and this is the bad math beam. So charge wave spazer does 210 damage for charge shots.
The perfect number.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, azder is gonna take down this match 2-1 against SentientFlatbread and is going to move into the quarterfinals of this randomizer race. Glove, what's our final time here?
azder takes first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 15 seconds. GG. Hopefully the site can be up long enough for me to mark him done. But yeah. So azder's going to move on to quarterfinals. Facing, I think, like Cap or Cop or something, I forget.
That was a very compelling match. I really enjoyed that. I think the audience enjoyed it too. And looks like we are now joined by azder. Azder, I will start first of all by saying I really like your shirt. Secondly, tell us about how you feel about this match. This was a really good competitive one.
I felt good about the first game. It went really downhill from there, I think. I'm really surprised I won the game 3. It must have been just as much of a mess for him as it was for me. This one I made a lot of mistakes, and I actually ended up, like for this last one, I ended up thinking that I didn't want to go down. I miscounted the number of transitions that I had not checked yet, so I was convinced that one of back of wreck ship, like I thought I was either down to back of wreck ship or right side of Everest, and I thought one of those had to be G4. Or sorry, no, I thought hold on. Wait, yeah, no, this doesn't make sense. So I think I was convinced that one of them had to go into Lower Norfair and be a G4 dead end after Lower Norfair.
Tell you what, Azder, I'm just going to say real quick that, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, what you just witnessed in terms of thought process from Azder right there is what we all go through multiple times during these seats. They're very complicated.
Yeah. The second and third ones just did not route nicely at all. I also thought I made a big mistake in that I should have done Ridley when I was closer to it, despite not having Barry at the time, because I was further away from both my Lower Norfair and my G4. So, and then I checked Everest right first, and that was G4, and I didn't want it to be. I lost the coin flip.
Yeah, I think the main thing that won you game 3 was, I think the way that you routed it compared to SentientFlatbread, after you had checked everything, sort of funneled you into going down and finding that croc earlier on to get that speed.
Yeah, I was hoping that I had found that earlier. I was thinking I was in good shape there. I just thought that my routing after that was bad enough to lose it for me. I thought he probably had more information and made better use of it.
You were pretty significantly ahead. In fact, we were kind of both, like, when it kind of started to play out and we had a little bit more clear information, I was kind of surprised, like, just how far ahead you were. But the primary reason I think that he was able to pull back a little bit of that time near the end, even though, I mean, you won comfortably, but he actually chose to hell run Lower Norfair at the end, so he skipped a lot of that wreck ship checking stuff. So your Lower Norfair was still faster than his, but he, got to cut off some of that other item check stuff in Attic. So you were actually multi-minutes ahead before that. But, the funny thing is I was kind of talking about how sometimes how we feel about it is different than what reality is. It's funny that you mentioned that you didn't feel like you played very well or had some mistakes in this one, because from our perspective, it looked like you played fantastic.
Okay, well, that's that's good to hear, I guess. I don't mean to focus on. I don't want to focus on the negative so much, but I felt I came out of that not feeling like it was very good, so I felt like I had to kind of justify my thought processes. I was thinking, part of the reason I really didn't think I was going to win that was that I had so few locations that Very could be at the end that it just made perfect sense to clear all of wreck ship. So I couldn't imagine that he would have done something different.
And speaking of which, we need to say GG to SentientFlatbread real quick, finishing with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 54 seconds. Really, really nice match here. Played really solidly in all 3 games. So not only congrats to him for making the bracket portion of this after the qualifiers, but also a really, really good match versus a really tough opponent. With that said, Azder, let me make a quick announcement, and then I'll ask you another question. We have 2 matches left in the first round. We've got Lomi and Jones versus Nebdi, which will start tomorrow night at, I believe, 7:30. Or no, excuse me, 6 o'clock. And then after that, Polar Bear Bunny Azder, your teammate from the Randomizer League. She will be facing Farfaloo on Friday beginning at 8 p.m. Beyond that, you are moving on to the quarterfinals, and you and I get to match up again, which will be a lot of fun. So what are your thoughts on our matchup coming up?
He did really well in the qualifiers, and I didn't feel like any of my qualifiers went well. So started to feel a bit worried. I've been doing very well in practice the last week or so, like just very consistently, good finishes, made the correct choices, and so the seeds that I got today were kind of a surprise. I did so many in a row so well, and then came to tournament and it didn't work out super smoothly. But we'll have to see what happens. Your series with Owl was really interesting, and there were a lot of ways that both of you could have gained major advantages all throughout that series. So like the format's cool. I don't think any of the series are like a done deal. The seeds can get really complicated, so it should be fun.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm really looking forward to it as well. Here at some point, either tonight or maybe tomorrow, something we can kind of message back and figure out when we want to get that on the schedule. But yeah, Glove, real quick, SentientFlatbread couldn't come in for an interview. He had mentioned earlier that he couldn't come in. But once again, GG to him. Glove, do you have any other questions for Asher?
Yeah, I don't think anything in.
Okay, Asher, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, just GG's to SentientFlatbread. He's a really good player. He had pretty solid times for a lot of the ASICs and practice races and such, and like he usually does really well in the Varia weeklies too, where they rate those that do all sorts of different modes. So I was definitely really trying to take this one seriously.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for your performance tonight. Look forward to seeing you in the next round. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us for Super Metroid Randomizer for this evening. I really, once again, want to thank Glove and Jestro, not only for helping out with the comms and tracking tonight, but for their stellar performances throughout the tournament so far. And Glove, I will let you close us out.
Awesome, thanks, Kip. Be sure to go follow both of these runners for their incredible performances. Go follow SentientFlatbread. Go follow Azder. And if you'd be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove on comms, joined by Kip. And for tracking, we've had Jester Zooks. And from all of us here at SpeedGaming, we'll see you next mission.